I'm Wolf from Healing Wolf Coaching, here to walk with you through the jungles of recovery to the beautiful beach on the other side where we can relax and float in the salty water and enjoy the beautiful forms of clouds in the sky. Let's take a deep breath together, in through the nose, breathing in sunshine, exhaling fog. Let's think about media on our recovery journey. Part of the recovery journey is getting our nervous system into a state of peace, of presence, of knowing where we are and knowing that we're safe and that our bodies are relatively healthy, as Dr. Schubiner says. Like, we all might have a little something going on with our health, but we're relatively healthy. And even if not, these practices will still help. So, looking at the media we consume, I know a big part of pain reprocessing therapy is to limit the use of media, whether that's social media, phone time, screen time, any of that stuff. But today I'm specifically talking about watching television shows or movies, films, where there's violence, there's chaos, there are explosions, there's a sense of disaster or foreboding, or some sort of horrific event has happened or is happening. So we watch these films and sometimes we can feel our heart thumping a little faster. We can feel adrenaline running through our bodies. It's because these films are very hypnotic. And I hardly ever watch them. But not too long ago, I ended up watching some episodes of this show called Silo, and there were some horrific scenes. There was a scene where someone was poisoned and dying and bleeding, and there were multiple murders. There was a toxic atmosphere, a toxic governmental situation. There was just all this stuff, and I found my nervous system getting amped up. When I closed my eyes to rest at night, flashes of those murderous scenes came into my mind. Wow, unconscious mind is really tuned into this stuff. It's remembering. And thankfully, I didn't have any sort of surge of any sensation or anything like that, but I noticed that these images came in. And so back when I was bedbound, back when I was really struggling, I would have to completely avoided all that kind of stuff. And so depending on where you are in your journey or in your life, you may decide that watching stuff like that is not healthy for your nervous system, even if it desensitizes you to violence. And it's still possible or probable that the unconscious mind, your unconscious mind, can be reading those fictional scenes as real and giving you additional sensations, anxiety, a little more cortisol and adrenaline. And so my recommendation is to watch something like It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Mr. Rogers, something like that, where there's some emotional scenes, but it's goodness, it's beauty. Watching something about nature, watching like How to Grow a Planet is one that I really loved. It was all about the way that plants contributed to the evolution of this planet. There's so many options in terms of finding something that's really heartwarming, funny, loving, and still really enjoyable. So on your journey, if you're finding that somehow you're sitting in front of a screen or you're looking at a screen and it's agitating you, or you find that you're having emotional outbursts around certain topics, then I would say back up and do your best to limit that, to limit your screens, to limit your television shows of watching stuff where people are treating each other poorly, because unconscious mind may may read that and give you more of what you don't want, which are protective sensations like insomnia, gastritis, anxiety, panic attacks, fibromyalgia they call it, but it's really just chronic pain. So a lot of those sensations are just generated by an unconscious mind that's processing data in a way that it thinks that it needs to protect you. And we don't need that. We really don't need that at the moment. Unless you're a soldier and you've just been deployed, then in that case, your unconscious mind is there for you. But in this recovery journey, when we're at home in a space that we feel relatively safe and we feel like we have our basic needs met, our food, water, shelter, all that kind of stuff, then let's not put our minds into scenarios where people are trapped under the earth and it's a toxic wind that kills you if you go outside and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's crazy how many dystopian shows are out there and how much madness is out there. Leave that for later in your journey when your nervous system is feeling very chill, very calm, very peaceful most of the time. Please subscribe and please stay in touch. Head over to healingwolfcoaching.com if you'd like to work with me. I have a free strategy consult call, where we can figure out next steps, how to get you better, how to accelerate your healing, and do it in a way that's going to be lasting and transformative. So I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next video.